so that we can have the recorded version so we can share anytime for us to go back to. One more time, good afternoon. So, just a quick background before we move forward into today's what we are going to, the two we are going to be looking at today. I'm sure by now, as educators, you already know that AI in itself is beginning to take its place. Is beginning to change the way we teach. Is beginning to, impact the way knowledge is being transferred to students. Is beginning to simplify the jobs of educators. Is beginning to, make learning more interesting, more effective, and more efficient. Right. I myself, being a classroom educator at one time, I believe and I know very well that being an educator and also being in this space, I know that in the next coming days, months, or years, AI is going to evolve to a place where educators would begin to appreciate it better than what it is today. Is going to some of the major issues around education, around seeing how best we could actually help students in the classroom. I believe that AI is that tool that's going to solve it. That AI is going to be, a major catalyst to solving, some of those problems that we've been seeing, or that we as educators are trying as much as we can to resolve. Okay. Problems like students in your classroom that are struggling to learn, and then you have a rigid curriculum that you must go by, whether the student is learning or not. Yeah, the problem of not having enough resources, or to basically handle students that require special attention. The problem of you not having the required skill set to handle certain set of students, or not even knowing what exactly to do when you find yourself in a scenario where requires a professional in that kind of field to handle. So there are tons of solutions. There are tons of um, problems that AI is going to solve for us as educators. So, and any educator that wants to be impactful, that wants to really affect the life of students, must begin to take AI really, really seriously. I know for a fact that sometimes the work of teaching can be so overwhelming, can be, teachers usually have a whole lot of burnout. You have, tasks you must do, things you must submit at a certain time, right? We are going to holidays now, and be sure that many teachers won't have any holiday, right? They will be planning their lesson note from now. They will be, creating assessments. Some schools, some teachers will usually have to still go to school for the next 1 week or 2 weeks, trying to still when they are supposed to rest, or that, or probably even go for a long break, for all the work they've done, to just relax and then refresh and then come back to the classroom. Sometimes even in the long holidays, some of the teachers don't even go for holidays, because you can't go for holiday because so many tasks, so many things. You need to make sure that your lesson plan is ready before the student excuse me, please, before the student resume. You need to make sure that maybe some schools will tell you 10 weeks lesson plan should be ready, as the test their assessment should be ready, their exam questions should be ready, and all of those kind of things. So sometimes there could be burnout. Teachers could be overwhelmed by all of these things, and then of course coupled again with the number of students in your class. If you are working in the public sector where you have up to 100, 150 students in your class, you need to do all of that, and then you still need to make sure that all of these students are catered for. For those of us in the private school, in the private school sector, we may not have that kind of challenge, but again, you know, um, typically you see some teachers struggling with 25, 30, 40, sometimes 50 students in a classroom. So all of these things are basically, I believe that AI is going to play a major role to simplify so much for educators so that you have so much time to focus on making sure that every student that is under your care, get the desired attention, and then of course they get to learn what they need to learn. So I once again welcome everyone, and I'm trusting that today is going to be as impactful as every other day. Just that was just my open statement. Um, so for teachers that are joining this training, what I want to see is that apart from what we are doing here, you are taking out time to sharpen yourself in AI. Now, I think 2 or 3 lessons back, I started talking about what you need to learn as an educator. Don't just jump on the bandwagon. They say, come and learn this one, you go and learn. Learn what you need as an educator. So that's if you are an educator. So if you are not an educator, then you can look for a niche, right, where you should, fit in, so that you'll be relevant in that space, right, as AI begins to evolve. So for you, as an educator, what you're looking at is what is the need? Do I need to learn? What are the things about AI? You don't need to learn everything. You don't need to learn. You have so much in your hands. The time you have, you can use that to probably do some other things, do some side hustles, right? I know very much sometimes one of the major challenges, especially here in our part of the world, teachers are not they are not paid a certain, some teachers don't get exactly what they should earn, right? But some of the teachers do teaching because of the passion, because they want to impact lives. So you can still impact their lives and still have other things that you are doing, because you have something that is making you efficient, that is taking away so much time and giving you more time so that you can be able to put that energy into other things. For example, if they tell you that, oh, in the whole term, before term resume, you need to submit your 10 weeks or 20 weeks lesson plan and all of those kind of things. You have an assistant that is able to, an AI assistant that is able to do it for you in one day, and then you are done. You take another 2 days to cross check, make sure that everything is on point. And then the other of your days, you use it to, look for other things, other businesses, other ideas that you can tap into and get productive, be productive with your time, make a little bit of money, and all of those kind of things. Think about other things that you can do with your life, and think about other things that you can do to give you more income. So like I said, AI is going to help educators that really want to be helped. So like I rightly said, but be sure of the things that you need to learn, right? The wave of AI is just, everybody coming up. There are different kinds of trainings and all of those kind of things. Come and be. Some people would, post prompt engineering. This one, go and learn this one. Go and learn. You don't. There are things you don't need to learn. Please, educators, focus on the ones that you need. What you need right now, what educators should focus on are tools, except you want to be a tech person. Okay, that's a different thing, a ball game. You want to be a tech, an AI person in, maybe you want to be like me, right? Or you want to do something around building AIs and all of this. Then you can start doing, okay, fine tuning engineering, prompt engineering, machine learning, algorithm, and all of those things. Then you can start. So, but as educators, what you need to do is learn how to use the tools. Just learn them how to use it to better what it is that you are basically doing. That's all. That's all you need. That's all you need. Now, some people will likely may say that, oh, are we not saying that AI is going to take over? If it takes over, AI would need humans. In fact, I would be honest here, right? When AI came out, when I started doing a research into AI and all of the things that it basically can offer, I was one of those that said that AI is going to take over the job of teachers. right? Because for some of you that know me already, we basically, that's my passion, to see how technology can help support educators in the classroom. So, in fact, I made some post about it, how AI is going to, take over some jobs. And I was hinging on the fact that AI might likely take the, job or the role of educators in the classroom, right? So, but as I begin to learn more and dig deep into AI, now AI is super amazing, right? It's artificial intelligence, and every day they keep evolving, especially with the kinds of data they keep getting every day, right? We have new, versions every day coming out. But one thing is certain: AI will need humans, especially in the place of teaching. Okay. What humans would need to do is to basically know how best to channel AI to support students, right? Because AI will not be able to see a student and know that that student is sad, right? It will not see a student and know that, oh, this student basically has this problem. It is until after the AI has interacted with the student. So this is where humans, so no matter how much AI evolved, there will still be class teachers, no matter how. Because what I usually think, what I a few months back, what I foresaw was that AI will become a teacher in the classroom, that we might not necessarily need a human teacher in the class. But as I begin to look at AI and study all of the things that are around it and all of that, I can tell you for sure that humans will still play a major role. In fact, AI would be useless, would practically not be able to do what it needs to do, except it gets help from humans. So, having said that, just giving this as a background, this thing, so that as educators we know what we are basically, you don't, just let's know what we want to, let's learn the things that are very that are important to us, things that would help us out, not things that basically are just, just get started, and at the end of the day you may not be able to use it, not really making any sense to you, or probably, just wanted to. Now, if you're someone that likes knowledge, you can go ahead and do all of those things. Okay. So, because of course, no knowledge is lost. So let's dive straight into today's tool. Today we are going to be taking a look at two tools, and then we wrap it up there, and then we hopefully next week we come back again. So I'll be looking at audio to text. I think let's just take these two: activity generator and audio to text. Okay, let's do audio to text and assignment generator. Activity generator, we'll do that another time. So audio to text, basically, last week we looked at text to audio, how you can transform your text content, your textbooks. Just a little hint: very soon you'll be able to upload your textbooks into AI Teacher. Your textbook, your so those are some of the updates that will be coming very soon, right? So you want to change a whole textbook into an audio, or you want to, so you'll be able to do that very soon with AI Teacher. Very, very soon, very, very soon, maybe before the end of this month. Okay. So you want to transfer your audio. You have an audio or a read aloud audio, or probably even a video. Okay. So, or a video, you want to transfer, you want to extract the text. Okay. Now, I must also say these are some of the things that basically even teachers can use as side hustles, right? I know that there are so many companies that pay people to transcribe content for them, right? You can use AI Teacher to transcribe, and then all you just need to do is to read. Now, I would also assure you that the what AI Teacher can do, it will transcribe. Even, some of the challenges you usually have before in transcribing was the fact that once you transcribe using a transcribing machine, it doesn't understand the tone at which the person is speaking. Is not able to like put the commas, the full stop, the exclamation marks, and all of that, right? It will not be able to do that. It will just give you the text. You now have to sit down. Now, if you have done any transcribe job before, so when we go to Google and transcribe, it gives us all the text, right? So we now have to sit down and start putting the commas where the commas should be, the full stop where the full stop should be. So if you are not a very good linguistic person to understand, how a sentence is framed, you will likely not be able to do transcribing job. But with this new tool here on AI Teacher, you can basically transcribe. It will put the comma where you should put it. It will put the full stop where you should put it. It should put everything where it needs to be. Same thing with the audio to text, that will also understand commas, that when it's speaking, it would put the comma, it will put the full stop, it will put all of that, right? So like I said, it's also a way that maybe a teacher that is like, oh, I want to do transcribing job, you check online and then you see, you put yourself there, I can transcribe if you have a textbook or a notebook. So because some people they are not able to type, they just read into a something, or make a voice note and then they want somebody to listen and type it out, right? So that's transcribing, right? So you can just get that audio, and then the job of a week or 2 weeks can be done in minutes, sometimes even in seconds. You can transcribe and then you get all the content. So let's see how it works. So the first thing you need to do, like I rightly said, you can also transcribe video, not only audio. Just click on that box that says choose a file, and then it opens up. I just hope you can see my other box that is opening. It opens up your PC menu, or wherever it is on your PC. You search for the audio content. So I'm going to quickly search for an audio content. That's what I'm doing now. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to search for an audio content. We'll do audio and then we'll do video. Okay, so I'm going to search for an audio content. Okay, I think I find one. Okay, let me just use this. Okay, let me still scroll and see if I can get. So whatever it is, whether it's a music you are listening to, you have a music that someone played and you want to get the text, anything at all, right? So okay, let me use this. Okay, and then I click on open. So it's going to upload. As you can see, it has uploaded the speech. I can include additional notes here. Okay, I can, whatever additional thing that you want to add here, guidelines or whatever you want it to do while transcribing, you can put that in here. Then the next thing is you click on transcribe. So once you click on transcribe, it's going to do its work, load, and then bring the results. Wow, that didn't come. Okay, let me try it again. My network is working properly. Okay, let me try this. Open, transcribe. I do hope that wow. Let me try one more time. If it's not working, then we'll push that for next week. I believe probably it might be something from the back end. Let me just try that one more time. Wow. Okay. So apologies for that. Now I'm just going to just give us a little, right, because our engineers are basically, like I said, we are working on updates. So some of these things might basically happen that while they are doing something can basically shift or otherwise. So I'm sure before next week this should be sorted. So I'm going to just keep this. By next week we are going to come back to this, right? So let's go to assignment generator. Okay, so let's click that. So for assignment generator, you can use this to create amazing assignment for your student. You've done something in the class and then you want to give them an assignment to go back home, and now a very detailed assignment, right? So you can enter assignment topic. Let's say I can enter skeleton, right? Then enter subjects. Okay, so this is biology. Okay, that's a subject. Grade level, I think that should be grade 10. Okay, and then assignment type, essay, research. I want it to be presentation. Okay, I want them to do presentation, right? I want them to come to the class and present the assignment. Okay, enter deadline or due date. So when you want them to submit. Okay, so I can just put 2 weeks from 2 weeks, or you can put in the date, right? So let's say today is so let me just say 10th stroke 10th of July 2024. That's when I want them to word count. So in a case of maybe you are giving what's it called now, essay, right? You can put the word count here. Like for example, I'm doing slides, so I want them to do, let's say, 10 slides. Okay. Then include any specific guideline. So if you want to give them any specific guideline, okay, for example, I want them to focus on, focus on the what's that in skeletons, focus on the makeup of the bones, the makeup of bones, or the joint, focus on the joints, oh sorry, we cannot speak. I would have asked that any biology teacher should help me on this. So you can basically be specific on what the guidelines or the things you want your student to do. This is where you enter all of that. Okay, you want them to probably, like you see, we put skeleton there. Skeleton is broad, right? You want them to focus on specific part of skeleton. There's something you want them to basically do, or focus on the skull, right? And let me see, joints is fine. So, and then you want them to, probably there are materials you want them to refer to, specific resources, reference or materials, even a website. You can put the website link here. You can put whatever it is you want them to reference to while basically doing the assignment. So I want them to use encyclopedia. Is complete, is correct. Okay, so and then so all I just need to do now is generate. So it goes ahead to work on it, and then bring. So this, in 2 minutes, as you can see, in few minutes, you are able to generate assignment on any subject matter. You would see how it's going to bring the assignment, how beautiful it's going to look. Now, if a teacher is going to sit down on that and do that it's going to take you minutes to be able to craft a beautiful assignment like this for your student. Okay. Now, the marvels of movement. Now, it gives it a title, right? Remember, I put in there joints, focus on joints, right? Now, see the way it has now coined the title to say the marvel of movement, exploring the role of joint in the human skeleton, right? So that's one of the things that happens. So you can just, like I said, I've been a teacher before. Sometimes you have so much ideas around what you want to do, but the idea is not complete. You can be stuck. So all you just have an idea of what you want to do, what you want to achieve. Just put it in here, and then it's going to restructure it and make it look better. Okay. I don't think at this time I'm not sure I need to start explaining the reason why AI Teacher is a tool that educators should basically use. So grade level, assignment type, due date, assignment description. Now it has put a description. You are tasked with creating a comprehensive 10-slide presentation. Remember, we said 10 slide, okay? Into the complexities and functions of joint within the human skeleton system, right? The objective is to enhance understanding of how joints contribute to our mobility and stability, and to illustrate their biological significance framed by the junctions of of the bones. This presentation should not only demonstrate your grasp of the material, but inspire. Okay. Now it has also given them slide structure. Okay, your name, date, classification, introduction. Now this is one of the reasons why we had to make it like this, is so that, because we know some of these students might actually, they may not be so grounded, all right, in even in understanding what the presentation is or how it should look like, right? And this also helps. So when we're building AI Teacher, our main focus is to make sure that every student is covered, right? Some instructions like this may not be necessary for students in all these eyebrow schools, like the like all of these big schools that basically from grade level they're already teaching them how to make presentations, right? They already know what it entails and all of that, right? So this is so it gives student an idea of what, so whether this child has not done any presentation before, right, but this would comes with like a prescription on what should be done and all of that, right? We have provide an overview of skeletal system with a focus on its structural support and protection of organs. So now those are some of the, so every of the slide it has given an idea of what should be there. Okay, and then reference last slide with cautions from reputable resources such as, so that's for the last slide, assignment requirements. Okay, so all of that are here. Now it's this, I feel it is super amazing because you are able to begin to give your students structured assignment, not like go and create a presentation for me, write of how this works, right? That's just, but this gives structure to any assignment that a student can start now to be prepared to what he's going to see in the university, because the university is structured. Go write 10 paper and then you are giving all of those things. So it helps us to begin now to empower students to understand how a structured assignment should look like, what is expected of them and all of that. So that's for assignment generator. So you can just download this. You can do this for any subject: math, English, physics, chemistry, name it, any subject at all, even up to university level. So any subject at all, you can basically create assignment from here for any subject to any grade level, even down to preschool, early years. You can create assignment from here for students. Now that they are going on a long break, some of the schools are already closing down. They're already closing for their long break period. You can use this to create, instead of you having to create, sit down and start writing assignments, then create this assignment, compile them, put it in a PDF, send to their parents. This is all the assignment they need to do for me in this subject, in that subject. Imagine you are a grade teacher, primary school teacher. While I was teaching, I was basically an ICT teacher. So sometimes I used to, like I said, some of the things we are doing is basically born out of what we've seen teachers go through. Imagine a teacher having to teach 13 subjects. Teacher that is teaching some grade school, some primary school is one teacher. A teacher in the classroom will handle math, will handle basic science, will handle name it, all the subjects, 9, 10, 13. And then the teacher needs to be grounded in all of these subjects. And sometimes you just wonder, but again, it is just well. So tools like this will help relieve, because you have to mark all those subjects. You have to create assignment for all of them. You have to, read through their textbooks to know what to do and all of that. You have to create a lesson note for all of these subjects. It is serious work, right? So so this tool is there to help you. You just put topics, put whatever it is, and then it's going to also help you to refine what it is that you are putting in there, give you something proper that you can share with your students, right? So let's try that out. Of course, you can download it as PDF, right? And of course, PDF can also be opened in Word, so you can edit it in your Word. I'm sure maybe in the future we are going to look at also integrating other what's it called now? Other types of formats that you can download with. But for now, that's how you can download for PDF. You can download only as PDF for now. So that's the assignment generator. So let's take a look at another tool before we round up today's class. Okay, so let's scroll and see which one again we should look at. I think we've done behavioral intervention. Yeah, so let's look at vocabulary generator. I don't know if I'm not sure we've touched that before. So this is basically for English teachers, right? Because it's for English teachers, let me leave that so that I don't know if the vocabulary generator will just help you generate vocabularies and put them in sentences that your students can begin to learn and all of that. So let's look at comprehension generator. Same thing for English teachers as well, but let's do this. So for comprehension passage, you as an English teacher, you can basically type the topic. Okay, in our own days when we were in school, to get a comprehension passage, you need to have a textbook, aided live in Calabar, and all of those kind of textbooks. Now, if you don't have those textbooks, you will likely not be able to get a proper and good comprehension. But gone are those days, okay? You can create, simple comprehension passage that you want to test your students with in the class, right? So for any reason that maybe some of your students can buy a particular textbook and then they need the textbook to have the comprehension, right? So, but you can create comprehensions from here, shared with all the students. They go home and then create it and give to you. So let's go. Let's say comprehension, enter a topic or subject, comprehension passage. I want to give a comprehension on, let's say, uh, what should I do that for? Holiday, right? No, comprehension. So I'm not an English teacher, so I'm trying to look at what comprehension. Um, okay, let me see. Traveling town. Okay, I hope that is known, or that is that can actually be comprehension passage. So let me just grade 5. So length of word, let's say we want it to be the comprehension. How long do you want the comprehension to be, right? So I want it to be in 150 words, for example, or let's say 100 words. Okay, 100 words. Okay. So enter the complexity, easy, medium. So I want it to be very easy. Okay, number of questions. What number of questions that students should, write after they read the comprehension? The number of questions that they should see. So I don't want it to give me 10 questions only from the comprehension. Specific type of question, right? I want it to be multiple choice, multiple choice and short answer. Okay. Describe whether you want answer key included. So answer key means that it's going to give you the answers to the, so you as a teacher would see what the answer of that particular comprehension is. So I'm going to put here yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and generate. So it's going to generate a comprehension for us that we can basically begin to share with our students for them to. Now you can see passage. So this is the passage. Now every summer I travel to my hometown. It is a beautiful place surrounded by mountains and rivers. We go by car, passing through green fields and small towns. When we reach there, my grandparents welcome us with hugs and homemade treats. We spend days exploring nature and visiting old friends. I learn about our family history and listen to amazing stories. I love the journey because it connects me to my roots and fills me with happiness. That's the comprehension passage. So you can see here it has created the question. Unfortunately, it created 4 questions here, and I believe the reason for that is because the number of words is quite small. So we have 4 questions from 100 words passage. Okay. So how does the author travel to their hometown? Welcome. So and then it has the answer key beneath there, right, of what the answer should be for that question. So this helps you to give your student comprehension, and then share that with them. Then when they answer it, you are able to give them corrections and all of that. Yes, so and then of course you can go ahead and download it. So teachers, let's go ahead and try this out. We've looked at the assignment generator, and I've tried to explain how it's going to help you this season. Create assignment for your students, share with them instead of having to go and start reading. I'm sure very soon we'll be putting so much many more integrations to that, where you can actually create assignment from the topics that you've taught your student from a textbook. You can just upload the textbook, and then it's going to give you the assignments designed for that particular textbook. So, but right now you can just go in there and make use of it and see how it can benefit you in the classroom. Same thing with comprehension passage. So at this point, I would ask if there's any question. I'll take that, and then if there's none, we'll just end the class here. Any questions so far? So if you have a question, you can just raise your hand. I'm going to unmute you, and then you can have the mic to speak. Okay. So, since there's no question, thank you everyone for joining today. I hope we were able to learn something about AI and how it can basically help us in the class, and also that we've been able to learn one or two things about AI Teacher and how it can support us in our classroom. Let's go ahead and make use of all of these tools. Like I said, or like we know right now, AI Teacher is totally free. Go ahead, explore the app at no cost. Very soon there might be cost on it, but right now it is totally free. Do have a lovely weekend ahead, and God bless you all. Bye bye.